A key aim of CAPRI was to build trust in driverless pods. Trust from insurers, regulators and landowners to allow pods to operate, and trust from the public who will use and interact with them. Testing pods to demonstrate their safety is critical to achieve this trust. In general, the majority of autonomous vehicle testing is done in simulation in a virtual world. However, some physical testing will always be needed if we are to better understand how these vehicles will behave in the real world and gain confidence that they are safe to operate in public. The Transport Safety Research Centre at Loughborough University specialises in real-world road safety research with a long history of investigating road accidents and their causes. In CAPRI, we use this expertise to carry out safety testing with the Westfield pod to provide an independent, unbiased assessment of its safety performance. Pre-trial testing is carried out in a safe, controlled environment away from members of the public or other vehicles. The aim was to replicate scenarios the pod may encounter during the CAPRI public trials and see how it responds in those situations. We developed these scenarios from a wide range of data sources, such as carrying out site surveys at the trial locations to identify the different hazards the pod would encounter, as well as areas of the trial route that would be more challenging. For example, at the mall at Cribbs Causeway, part of the route involved the pod passing a lift shaft, and as the pod approaches this area, any people crossing into the mall would be hidden from it. In our controlled testing, we built a mock-up of this area and tested how the pod responded to a variety of hazards moving out. A key element was ensuring that the tests were structured, systematic and repeatable. Test parameters were clearly defined, for example using test grids drawn on the ground so that a hazard could be placed in a precise position relative to the pod's path. Tests included a range of hazards we had seen at the trial sites, and, where it wasn't practical to use real-life equivalents, we constructed our own. The tests range from simple static hazards in the path of the pod to a variety of more complex moving hazards. We tested each of the CAPRI pods under different manoeuvres and speeds, and tests were carried out in all weather conditions, as well as at night time, to confirm that these conditions did not impact the safety performance of the pod. Finally, if any test showed concern or identified areas for improvement, the Westfield team refined the control systems and we repeated the relevant testing. Through this iterative and systematic method of testing, a thorough understanding of the pod's behaviour was gained, allowing us to present a clear and detailed picture of its safety performance. Physical testing is essential to truly understand the real-world behaviour and safety performance of pods, and is highly recommended for wider autonomous vehicle safety testing. The Westfield pod behaves in a very consistent and predictable way. Seeing and understanding its normal behaviour allows you to tell instantly if something is wrong. This information was incredibly useful for informing steward and marshal guidance for the public trials. Through the safety testing, we were able to clearly demonstrate that the pod could operate safely in a wide range of scenarios and conditions, giving us the confidence to safely undertake the public trials.